Number 4 is
Fish oil.
Fish oil.
Fish oil.
fish oil. But to every supplement Peter Attia and Rhonda Patrick take, and I've included Huberman just for the kicks to look where they all intersect, there are some important nuances. So please don't just buy whatever before you have the full framework in your head to better understand doses, prices, and quality. So, what type and brand of fish oil? Consumer Lab has 2 good options for us.
I was actually pretty surprised with the Costco brand of fish oil. There's a little bit of a higher end brand that's a little bit more expensive, Metagenics. What you want to look for is a brand that has it in triglyceride form because it really is more bioavailable.
I'm sticking with Metagenics. It's on the expensive side, but there is a way to get it significantly cheaper. We'll get to that in a minute. Now, nuance number 4, which applies to all supplements included here and in general. To supplement doesn't mean to replace. It means exactly what it says, to add on top. So before you buy fish oil, first you need to smash your fish intake, which means salmon, mackerel, anchovies, sardines, and herring. Smash. They all are excellent sources of omega. They all low in mercury, and they also supply protein and vitamin D, which is the next on our list. No surprises, but with extra nuances as well. Vitamin D3, my German on top of my Ukrainian, on top of my Russian. Anyway, all experts take this vitamin. The reason is obvious. We just do not get enough sun. But the principle still applies. To maximize the benefits, you need to spend like 20 minutes sunbathing when you can. I have deep dive into that with all the studies, but the bottom line is there is much more to the sun than just a single vitamin. There is also stress reduction, nitric oxide release, melatonin production. And only after that, you top it off with a pill. For the extra cookie points, D3 can be combined with K2, and quite often they're sold like that. And they should be taken with food, so you get much better absorption for the same money. The nuance, we don't really know the optimal dose of vitamin D.
Having looked very critically at the vitamin D literature, which is insanely underwhelming, the dosing has been wrong, the duration has been wrong, the compliance has been wrong, and the targeting has been wrong. So they've just, everything has been blown. And so I would say we truly have no idea.
Because what's measured in your blood gets converted to the active form on per need basis. So the goal is to just never run on empty tank and always stay above the deficiency level of 30 nanograms. I personally try to aim for like 40 or 50. And that's another framework element for you. When you can measure, please do so. And back to fish oil for a second, there is a test called Omega Index, which just a simple blood spot, and it tells you the amount of omegas in your cell membranes. The target is above 8%, optimal is 12%. Next on the list related to vitamin D,
suboptimal levels of magnesium will also impede metabolism of vitamin D.
Magnesium. I actually don't know how to measure magnesium, but unless you eat a lot of dark leafy greens and beans and nuts, you could always use some. Another principle is cost versus benefit ratio. In this case, cost is reasonably low, especially if you follow my cost reduction guide below. But the potential benefit is quite big. In the case of our experts, Rhonda takes magnesium glycinate. That's also what I take here, because it helps me with sleep. Peter and Andrew take L-threonate, but they both take glycine separately. So in a way, glycine also takes special bonus place in the list. And in the similar sneaky fashion, we get B complex, B6, B9, B12. Peter takes them separately, Rhonda, and Andrew as a part of multivitamin. Of course, the goal is not to take them blindly, back to the measurement principle, but to keep the blood marker called homocysteine in the optimal range.
And basically, I take these to keep homocysteine below 9.
In the methylation optimization program, which I developed for GW Center of Integrative Medicine, we drive patients to be between 6 and 8 micromoles. Eggs, organ meats, and beets are the natural ways to do it. And if you want to learn a bit more, check my methylation for beginners video when you have time. It's a must for longevity because it affects almost every process in your body, from DNA activation to detox or energy and creatine production, which is also what they all take, creatine. One of the long-standing sport supplements lately got recognized for its brain benefits, so it's a no-brainer, especially when you combine it with exercise. Standard dose is 5 grams when you are under 200 pounds. That's what I usually take. Sometimes, especially when I'm underslept, I take 10 grams. It helps to stay focused. More than 10, and I personally then have to spend extra time in the bathroom.
It's very clear you can just take a daily dose of creatine, and that it really doesn't matter when you take that creatine. You could take it post-workout, as many people do. You could take it pre-workout. It really doesn't seem to matter.
Creatine monohydrate is the best type, and I like mine to be, how it's called, NSF certified. And that's the general problem with all supplements. They are unregulated, so you never really know what you're gonna get in the bottle, unless you intentionally buy the professional grade luxury brands, which you would typically find in the medical offices. I have a free guide right in the description on how to avoid overpaying for them, and a short video right here explaining how to save quite a lot on medications as well. Living is smart, aging is bad, and let me know what supplements I missed, and I'll see you in the next video.